May the force be with you, my young FPV Jedis, or Padawans, or whoever is a Jedi. So, decided to go the team-like copter this time. Not gonna be bashing to the limits and my skills and the copter limits, because I don't want to end up in shite. Even though build it's still unbreakable. So that's my Star Wars team copter with Stormtrooper Sergeant on it, which is actually a heavy bastard. The whole 66 gram, this is the original figurine, well, not original, the high quality. The whole 66 grams, so there's a lot of unnecessary weight on the copter, so it won't be as overpowered as I like to. Right, so let's start from the gear. The motors, basically all there is from my world speed record of 163 kilometers. The setup. There's the Sunny Sky 2100 kVs. 2207 motors, custom ESCs, 20 amps roughly in there. Inside there's Afro Mini. In there also inside is a Immersion C 600 milliwatts video transmitter. Batteries are Rhinos 2250 milliamps 4-cell 40C. So the frame that I built using 12mm carbon fiber booms, and then fiberglass 1.6mm thickness. Except for the motor mounts, I got a bit of thicker motor mounts. There's a 5mm altogether, double carbon fiber plates by 2mm, and another 1mm just to cover the bearing holes. All the motor protectors and the whole lot. So basically, as I said, I'm not going to be flying to the limits, but it still has to be unbreakable. So the way that I usually do, I put my battery on a bridge, and then through the silicone tubing and wrapped up with zip ties. Basically, something has to move in event of crash. Anyway, there's a lot of zip ties, not that much scalish looking, but I believe it has to be done. Figurine holding on zip ties, there's two zips goes up the arse as well. So my lipo buzzer works as a sort of as a dashboard or something, and it will work as a lipo buzzer as well. On my Tyrannis I have telemetry set up for the battery voltage as well. So I have my 4-pin out, and I marked in for my Afro Mini 4 configuration. That's done. The guns basically plugs in battery plugs in the guns. I don't think the Stormtrooper is on the dark side. I don't think he will be racing fair. Has to shoot them bloody Jedis. Now, loads of LEDs I have here. So the way I did LEDs, I cut the holes in the fiberglass, then I sunk in LEDs, and on top I glued on a 10 PET clear plastic sanded to the satin finish. This way LEDs, they are not shining through but only illuminating, because I think like once in the dark, once LEDs are shining through, all you can see is just a shiny ball going. So that's why I did them. I want them just to illuminate. In there, few goes there, few goes there, and these I didn't sand matte. I just went for bloody loads of LED, sort of a intake as a headlight. I forgot to mention there's a 5V PZ cam in there, mini PZ cam. Right. Another thing about the frame. Here's the interesting thing. I decided to play a bit with the motor tilt. If you look at it this way, props are level. If you look at it that way, props are going 10 degree inwards tilt. Basically, what that does, that gives a much better response yaw, and also on the roll axis, because there's a tilt only on the roll axis. On the roll axis, it will stabilize itself sort of like a flying with a very light level on. If having the motor tilt all the way around the front one, for the front as well, then the quad has a tendency to pitch up slightly by itself a little bit, which I don't want to that on acro flying. So on the pitch axis I have props dead level, and on the roll axis I have a 10 degree tilt. If somebody's gonna do that, please note that you will have to reverse the yaw in here in the flight control. As you can see, this one goes left, this one goes right. In order for the yaw to walk correctly, because of a tilt, it's not just tilts, but the torque wants to twist the other way. So if you're not gonna reverse the yaw, basically it will be absolutely unflyable. It will just tip it over. It works sort of like a double V tail on both sides. So as you can see, went a bit of a scalish look and then put some effort and bits and pieces, basically just for showing off. This rusty thingy, I didn't want to look just as a white plastic toy. Well, it doesn't classify as the other white plastic toy, but right, so she's ready for maiden. I lift it up in the air a little bit. I have to tweak the radio, and then she goes good. Decided to use the props a bit. You can fit 6-inch props, right? This setup, it likes 5-inch bullnose props, and that's what I like. A bit smaller props that gives me better revs and gives me a momentary punch to that. But this is quite a heavy quad, so probably 5-inch bullnose not gonna be enough on full cell. Instead of just going full 6-inch, I will try the chopped a bit. There's a 5.5-inch bullnose, so it's 5.5 by 4.5. Well, I knew it's not gonna be light, and I knew it's not gonna be super overpowered as I like it, but we'll see what we have in here. 788 grams. Oh well. I was crying for 2 days when I had to add this fat bastard. It was bloody 66 grams. I took it apart, trying to carve with my Dremel inside, like sticking a drill up his arse, and still wouldn't get much out. Dropped only 5 grams. Well, I believe it has to be done. Right, so she's ready for maiden. So much for now. Bye bye.